What's up my mates of YouTube, my name is Aussie Marcel and today I'm going to be talking about Adidas fragrances, or Adidas if you're in America. I know I've had a few comments about the way I pronounce Adidas. Here in Australia you pronounce it Adidas, but I know overseas it's Adidas. Either way, I think it's just semantics and it's kind of irrelevant to the point. But how are the Adidas fragrances? I actually thought I had more, but I gave a couple to my cousin. With these Adidas fragrances, what you're going to get is you're going to get cheap, sporty scents that don't perform particularly well, but they all usually come in at under $10 Australian. Victory League, for example, this one right here, smells like Dolce & Gabbana's The One. It actually performs pretty similarly to it as well. So in other words, not great. The presentation for the bottles, very simple. Sticker on the front of the glass, plastic cap, basic atomizer, just to give you a good idea. Weak. It smells nice though. It smells like Dolce & Gabbana's The One. It doesn't have some of the depth and richness that it has, so it is lacking in those terms, and I will admit, in the initial opening of most Adidas fragrances, you do get a little bit of perfume as alcohol, you know, it's a little raw, ethanol, sort of astringent note. Ice Dive, fruity, citrus, fresh, same sort of bottle just with a different sticker. Dynamic Pulse, this one's a little woodier, but still on the fresh side. Yeah. Fresh, a little woodier. These fragrances are good for what they are. A lot of people are gonna probably think of these as lesser fragrances, you know, there's no art to them. And whilst I will admit there's probably less art to these than a lot of designer scents or a lot of niche scents, pretty much most niche scents I should say, what Adidas fragrances and similar sporty brands do offer though is a cheap entry point for younger people to get into the industry a little bit. These are a definite step above most Lynx or Axe body sprays. Axe if you're American, Lynx if you're in Australia. I think it's also Lynx in the United Kingdom as well. If you're in the United Kingdom, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about that. These are a step up from that. They're going to perform better, they do smell nicer, you're going to get more compliments, and here in Australia, a lot of high schoolers will be wearing Lynx, and instead of taking a shower, they'll just have a Lynx shower, which is they'll skip the shower for the day and just spray themselves with Lynx body spray. That's what it's called over here in Australia. So I wouldn't recommend that. Practice your grooming, practice your good hygiene, guys, especially the younger men on this channel. But these Adidas fragrances, for less than $10, and I have seen them at places like Chemist Warehouse go down for $5 on clearance. $5, these are an absolute steal, especially some of the clones like Victory League, which smells again like Dolce & Gabbana's The One. At that sort of price point, these are accessible to almost everyone, even those of you that are 14 years old, that are just starting your first job, and you're getting, you know, $15 an hour wherever you're working at the local Food Works, the local Richies, wherever. $10, buy a couple of these, maybe two, start your collection that way. You're gonna smell great, you're gonna smell better than most people at your age, except maybe around Christmas time, where you might get a nicer fragrance for Christmas from a family member. I know David Beckham fragrances are popular around the Christmas time, so I would say those are a step up from these, but not by much. These, for what they are great, and if you're paying $10 or less for them, they're well worth the cost. If, however, you're older than a high schooler, you're a little more mature perhaps, you've got a couple more years under your belt, whilst these are still nice and are better than your typical body sprays, I would recommend something a little pricier with better quality ingredients. Some of the entry-level Versace fragrances, for example, like Eau Fraiche, which I covered a few days ago, maybe Versace Pour Homme, those are going to be much better suited for you. Having said that though, I like the Adidas fragrances, and I think they do serve an important place in the fragrance industry. If you've ever worn any of these before, let me know in the comments below. And until the next video, I'll catch you guys around.